How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if they are with a buy or maybe a pass. My name is Corey. I'd just like to, preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt, all right? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the live freaking stream. Let me say hi to the chat. We'll talk about good old AMC. We'll get into the AMC stuff, and I would love to talk about your picks for tech stocks, right? And we're going to talk about, I know I've said we were talking about them on Tuesday. We didn't have time, so we're talking about them today, okay? So definitely feeling good about it. All right, Hamza, my dude, what's up? Welcome. Lee, yo. Dog says, Sox game on mute. Feel the Dreams game. Now Corey on my computer. Love it. Hello, Diane. Welcome. Macamania, what up, Ape fan? What's up? Okay, says making money YouTube disabled channel. Oh boy. Let's see, I just got back from the shed aquarium with the kids. Ooh, nice. I like things like that, like aquariums, zoos and stuff. I know people feel weird about zoos, but I have my own theories on, not theories, but my own opinions on it. You know, like if the animal was going to be, wasn't going to make it in the wild or whatever. You know, I know there's a whole thing about that, but I like doing things like that. I think it's always fun to do stuff like that. Dog says, did they make you wear a mask at the shed? Matt, what's up, Corey? Miss you, bud. What's up, Matt? Happy to be back. Eric says, Corey, how you doing? Doing fantastic, my friend. Thank you. I don't know if you saw the July inflation numbers, but it jumped 7.8%. Oh my gosh. If the market dives, it's good news for AMC, as it may force hedges to cover due to increased risk. Whoa, that's crazy. Almost Moaz after that Moaz again. What's up, Macamania? All right. I already said hi to you. Jeez. All right. So let's go and talk about good old AMC. AMC, not too bad of a day, right? AMC was, where's that thing I was just grabbing? Anyways, AMC had a pretty good day. It was up 4.82%. And ended the day at $33.07. So not too bad. You know, again, it's all a matter of perspective, but it's still looking pretty good. What's up, Matthew? So still looking pretty good, right? Not a bad day. We'll see what happens in here. It looks like we're in a small kind of consolidation phase. We'll see if we go ahead and break through here or what happens here. I would love us to break through. It looks like we need to break through, you know, 34.50 in order to be in a, I would say, more bullish territory. But we'll see what happens. We'll continue to monitor, of course, per usual. In the after hours, it is down 0.7%. So really nothing too crazy, obviously. We'll see where it ends as the after hours kind of winds down. Okay, let's look at GameStop over here. All right, so GameStop, we can see here it was up 2.25% on the day, end of the day at $162.35. In the after hours, down 0.33%, nothing too crazy here. We'll look at a few of the ones that we are following. Mayorin up 0.8%, nothing too crazy. Carnival was down 2.63%. And let's see what Hood's doing. How's Hood looking? Ooh, Hood's not looking too good, as was expected, but all right. Hey, what's up, Mo? Okay, so that's what we have going on over here. Let's go over to the Ortex data. Let's see what's going on over here with AMC. All right. Shares on loan going up. We're back above 106. I remember we were at 106. We dropped down to 105 or 104, and now we're back at 107, right? So came back strong. Utilization 93.92%. Again, I think we were at 92 and went down to 91 again, back up to 93%. And the short interest currently at 18.81%. Holy smokes. Let me show you these numbers really quick. And keep in mind, remember, I view this as a trend, right? This is a trend of which way it's moving. Personally, and you know, this is my just personal opinion, it seems like it kind of jumped a little. Well, you know, and just follow me here. It seems like it kind of jumped here, and I really don't care for these huge jumps because, as we saw previously, right, last time it jumped all the way to 19.18%, you know, and it stayed around 18% for a while, 18%. and then it just fell back down, right? And whenever it does that, it's kind of like those dates. It just doesn't feel so good whenever it hops back down. I don't think that it's like, oh, it's a dead cat, blah blah blah, that good stuff. But I think that it's you know, just take it with a grain of salt. You know, again, I look at the trend. I see this as a trend going in the right direction. It's trending upward, right? It's trending higher and higher, the short interest of the free float. And as long as it is trending in that direction, I just become more bullish and more confirmed in my convictions, right? Just more convicted as this continues to increase. And that's exactly what I'm looking at. We can see the direction, right? And it's been pretty much a direct correlation of as the short interest gets high, particularly, you know, this one over here was around 19%. And even then, there wasn't even that crazy of a move at 19%. We saw a big move whenever the short interest was around, we'll call it right here, you know, 16%, we'll call it, right? 16, 17% is when we saw a huge move. So for it to be at 18%, anything can happen, right? We're at the point where anything could tip the scales, like truly. Okay, as a matter of fact, let me see when we were over here what the differences were. So shares on loan was higher back then. So shares on loan was higher before it moved on, although it was down. Yeah, you see, it's all pretty similar. And then if we look at the utilization, yeah. So, you know, like I've been saying, I think we're trending in the right direction, but we just have to wait. Matt Kramer says, want everyone to be prepared for an attack tomorrow. Doesn't seem like they shorted the millions of shares they borrowed yet. I know they want it below $35 tomorrow because of the call options. Okay, fair enough. Eric says, a lot of ammunition was used up today by dropping AMC from $34 to $32. Yeah, maybe. And they borrowed a lot. We can see right here they borrowed, you know, 2.86 million shares, which is a whole lot. So, or that's the net, right? That's the change, the total change, because they borrowed, you know, 7.25. They returned 4.39 million. And so that's kind of the net change here. And the short interest right here, we can see is the 18.81%. Okay, so I mean, this stuff is pretty bullish, like in my opinion. This number, like I said, you know, the jump, I just take it slowly, take it with a grain of salt. So we'll see what happens here. I want to talk about this one kind of last, but I know we just take a look at Robinhood. Let's talk about this post right here, Trey's post. Trey says, in Adam Aron's 6 years being a leader at AMC, he hasn't sold a single share, right? CEO Vlad of Robinhood sold shares on day one of the Robinhood IPO, just dumped it, right? Again, I don't think it was too much of a percentage that he dropped, but even then, you know, pretty interesting concept. He goes, who believes in their company more? Right. Fair enough. This person says, one cares about his company, the other doesn't. But he was a boy in Bulgaria. All right, so let's go ahead and continue over here. AMC. So I haven't really screened this article, so just bear with me here. Let's see what this one is talking about. So AMC, Andrew Sorkin Sorkin, sorry, this is the person who is on CNBC, I believe, who's always getting heat because this guy just like talks. He's not an ape, is what I'll say. I'll just say he's not an ape. He's similar to like a Matt Kramer type of person. Just yeah. So just keep that in mind. So Andrew Sorkin confirms Citadel processing retail orders through Citadel Connect / dark pools, and confirms interest in the stock is so high from meme stocks. Plus that Citadel is processing orders from Robinhood and other platforms through Citadel Connect. All right, so let's see what's going on in here. We'll click in. So this person says 60% of AMC is traded in dark pools. Care to explain why it's so high? Ask him directly. And this person just confirms it and says, this is because, like, essentially, this is because retail traders' interest is so high in meme stocks, and a larger percent are traded using sites like Robinhood app that route orders through Citadel and Virtue to collect payment for order flow. And Mr. Rob says, or M. Rob, is this the person who did the post? M. Rob says, so this is verification that Citadel and Virtue are routing all of their trades through the dark pools and manipulating the price of AMC and GME. You heard it here from, you know, Andrew Sorskin, right? This one, Jim Cramer, Matt Cramer. Do I have a Matt Cramer in here? Sorry, Matt. Sorry, Matt. I was like, why am I saying Matt Cramer? Jim Cramer, guys, I don't know where. I'm sorry, Matt. Freaking Jim Cramer, man. Oh my, I don't watch him. I remember the first time I actually saw him, it was in, I think Transformers, or was it, he was in a movie. It was in some movie, and I said, what is this? And my buddy, I was a little kid. It was like a long time ago. And I said, who is this guy? And I'm just laughing at some clown on the TV. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was like a weird thing going on. And he said, this is a real guy. And I said, there's no way this guy is on TV, you know, making jokes, and or like doing whatever doing this crazy stuff with all these bells and literally like whistles and stuff. And I was like, what? I'm like, are you kidding me? And then when I learned he did stocks, I was like, there's no freaking way. Like, this literal performing artist is giving stock advice. Man, just crazy stuff. I did think this was interesting. I mean, this guy's, here's the deal. I mean, I don't want to read too much into this because, you know, it's just the verbiage, but verbiage is everything. I mean, whenever this guy right here, just call him Grifter Boomer guy. So, you know, Andrew right here, good old Andrew. He should have really chose his words carefully, because he said, you know, dark pool, care to explain why it's so high if it's trading in dark pools. And he says, because retail and interest is so high in meme stocks. Like, basically, I mean, it's very clear. He's basically confirming this, right? He played Dobby in Harry Potter. So it's sad because this guy, he's basically confirming this. And, oh gosh, you know what I mean? Like, just not good. And if he didn't mean it like this way, he really should have thought about his verbiage. This was really not good at all. Not good at all for Andrew, for good old Andrew. Yikes. All right, just a little reminder from a fellow ape. Okay, and so this is like during the squeeze, selling during the squeeze, how to. And so let's take a look at this little guide really quick. Make sure you guys have your tech stocks pick ready to go. We'll probably just do one per person and just keep going. We'll do, you know, round robin until we either run out of time or we do all the stocks. All right. So let's see. And I would love to look at, even, it doesn't have to be like a fantastic stock. It'd be a cool tech, you know, company or cool tech concept that people are coming out with. It doesn't have to be like the greatest stock I've ever seen. So this person, and this is not my financial advice. There's no financial advice on this channel. This is just one person's opinion on how they're going to play the squeeze. Play it however you want. Always make your own financial decisions. Okay. So how to sell during the squeeze, simplified. Number one, do not sell on the way up. The selling pressure will kill the potential of the MOAS, right? And this is a great point. This is a great point that people have been talking about. So if you sell on the way up, you know, those are artificial, not real price target or price. Oh my gosh, price blocks, price. Oh, levels of like resistance, right? Those are artificial levels of resistance that apes are creating for themselves. Like, for example, you have a sell order at $100. If you sell it at $100, remember, theoretically, their system is just going to be purchasing. It's going to be buying the ask, right? Buy. It's going to continue to go, right? So let's say, you know, this right here, let's call this 2,000 orders or something. Now, remember, their system is just going to buy, and it's going to have to buy, theoretically, potentially billions of shares, right? If there are synthetic shares, all this stuff, you know, potentially billions of shares. So having these, like, first of all, if you have a sell order ready at $100 to just execute automatically, I would hate to personally be, and this is why I don't have any sell orders at any amount, because I would hate to be the person, even if your sell order is at $1,000, what if it goes, you know, just freaking gapping up, and, you know, it sells at $1,000 and then it goes to like $10,000 within a day or two or something crazy like that, right? Like, I would hate to sell, you know, while it's just rapidly moving, and now I'm out. What if you got out at $100 and then it goes all the way up to $10,000? Like, okay, you sold at $100. Like, it's just, oh my gosh, I'm so passionate about it. Angelina, welcome, welcome, welcome. Not 61% in dark pools. 1 second, let me see here. Labeled incorrectly, supposed to be ATS. All right, thank you, Christopher. This person says, you know, that they are going to hold until they reach their peak. You know, it would be the peak when the candle falls below 20 to 25% with the large red candles. But okay, this is their opinion. I'm not really sure how I feel about this one personally, but fair enough. Know this, 10 to 15% dip is probably not the peak. I really don't even know. And my point to this was, I don't even know if 20 to 25% is going to be the peak, right? Like, I don't, it might drop. In my opinion, it's going to be so volatile. I don't know if it's going to drop 30, 40% and then climb back up, right? If those sell walls at like $100 or something. Angelina Corey sounds just like my son. Angelina, are you just noticing this? Is this the first time? I'm very confused. And so the selling pressure will kill the, oh, okay, right here. So yeah, I really don't know about this percentage. I'm not going to personally put a percentage on it. I'm just going to look at a lot of different factors and just kind of just play it very slowly, play it at my own pace, because my floor is going to be very low. I could go up to 1,000, 10,000, you know what I mean? And my floor is going to be, you know, $100 I'm happy with on the way back down, not on the way up, on the way back down. If I miss it somehow, I'm happy with $100. If it goes to 1,000, 10,000, obviously I would love, you know, way more, but right. Like I don't need very much for it to, so I can play it very slowly. So know this, blah, blah, blah. And they said, do not rush to sell it and let it play out. The MOAS could take days to weeks to reach its peak with all the shares they must cover. It might take a while, right? After the peak, and you're ready to sell, drink water, take deep breaths. Your heart will be racing. Sit down, try to relax, then pick your number and peace out. Let's see. Once you do sell, do not look back. Be happy. Maybe hit dance or be excited. Not too crazy. We don't want any heart attacks. But really try to relax and take a nap. Okay, great, great, great. Be happy, be thankful, stay humble. All right, boom. Macamania says there's between a 1 and a 100% chance that you'll know it's squeezing. Gapping up because I sound computerized right now. Take some water. Okay, so this is something I wanted to take a look at. Unable to, when I sell my AMC shares, I'm going to sleep for 2 days. I know, my goodness, it's going to be crazy. Okay, margin call. So, we're going to verify this in just a second, but I just want to read this and we'll take a look, right? Margin call. So it says NSCC increases margin requirements by 25 times, right? 25 times. Yeah, it's all coming together. NSCC increases margin requirement. Okay, blah, blah, blah. From $10,000 to $250,000 approved on accelerated rate basis, right? So let's take a look at the NSCC filings. Actually, I'm supposed to look up. Let's see what this one is. Margin requirements. Can I search for margin? Nope. Let's check DTCC filings. Is that 11? Oh gosh, let's look up. What is this proposed rule change? Okay, the purpose. So let's look at the purpose of this. NSCC is proposing to let me zoom in here a little bit so it's freaking easy to read. It's proposing to revise its margining methodology to remove institutional delivery or ID transactions that are processed through ID net service from the calculation of members' required deposits to the clearing fund, as described in greater detail below. While ID transactions processed through ID net service are while ID transactions are netted with transactions, they have been processed through NSCC's Continuous Net Settlement System, or CNS system. These transactions are not subject to NSCC's trade guarantee, which says transactions processed through ID net server or net service have never been subjected to NSCC's trade guarantee. The service was implemented only to provide. Is that what it says here? Let's see. The service was implemented only to provide members with the operational benefit of netting these transactions with their CNS obligations as described in greater detail below. Again, I got to go below again. All right, not going to happen. Therefore, the proposed change would improve NSCC's ability to collect refund or required fund deposits from its members that more accurately reflect the positions that it may be required to complete in the event of a member default. More member default ones, right? These member defaults are continuing to oh, thank you, Diane. Thank you. These member defaults are continuing to go on, right? It seems like they're anticipating. There have been several rules about member defaults, and it seems like they're continuing to be prepared on what were to happen on a or what would happen if a member default happened, right? I've seen several filings just in our time here about exactly what they would do, how they would go about it, how they would auction off the shares, how they would go here, how they would do that. Bob, it is freaking hard, okay? And my contacts are drying up. It's not good. Not good. Especially reading these things. These things are not easy to read, Bob. All right. Let's go and continue. So 005 is what Diane said. Where's 005? NSCC, what am I in? This is FICC. See, I chose the wrong one. Actually, I can just copy this. All right, it's not going to show up. Let me see if I can search this. Here it is. Boom, August 11th. Google is faster. Thank you, Macamania. Who'd have thought? Okay, description of the proposed rule change. So currently, NSCC requires each member to maintain a minimum required fund deposit amount of NSCC proposes to increase each member's minimum required, well, the what is that called? The suspense, the minimum, and it's like, okay, what is it? Required fund deposit to amount of $250,000. What's up, Captain Cash? What's up, Johnson? Nice to see you again. Man, that's crazy. So it goes in the background. I'm not sure if there's going to be anything here useful. You know, that's extremely interesting that they're increasing this. And remember, they just increased it before. I think it was like 1,000, and it went all the way up to 10,000, and now it's $250,000. Guys, man, this is crazy. I feel like something is happening. Like, well, here's the deal. I personally, I'm sure most of us feel like something is happening, but to see this and kind of, excuse me, have the confirmation, and not only did they increase it once this year, they increased it twice this year. Not only did they increase it from 1,000 to 10,000 or whatever, excuse me, or whatever it was at before, they increased it all the way from 10,000 to $250,000. That is freaking insane. So background, I'm trying to see if it has anything, or that I can see anything really quick that helps. Okay, hold on. I think I found something here. Okay. So they're doing something called back testing. I'm trying to see if I can find like exactly where to start it. But okay, let's do. Let me see if I can find what back testing is by definition. So this is page 3, 4. Okay, so let's do this first. What is this up here? Okay, great. So let's do this. NSCC conducts daily back testing to evaluate whether each member's required fund deposit is sufficient to cover NSCC's credit exposures to that member based on a simulated liquidation of the member's portfolio on that day. Okay, back testing is an ex post comparison of actual outcomes with expected outcomes derived from the use of margin models. Okay, a backtesting deficiency occurs when NSCC determines that the projected liquidation losses to NSCC arising in the event of a member's default would be greater than the member's required fund deposit. Okay, therefore backtesting deficiencies highlight exposure that could subject NSCC to potential losses under normal market conditions in the event that a member defaults. Okay, this is actually extremely interesting because it basically seems like here essentially just margin calls, right? And so right here we can see they do the back testing, and remember this, we've read about this before previously, right? It's essentially whenever you do you run it through the system, and the system says, hey, like, are they at risk or not at risk, right? Or that's what it seems like, at least. And we can see here, I want to read that again. Well, we'll just say, so NSCC conducts daily back testing to evaluate whether each member's required fund deposit is sufficient enough to cover NSCC's credit exposures to that member's based on a simulated liquidation of the member's portfolio on that day. Okay, so basically they run things every day, and they see if they simulate a liquidation on that day, will they have enough to like cover, right? Will they have enough to cover their position if they had to? And so backtesting is an ex post comparison of actual outcomes with expected outcomes derived from the use of margin models, right? So if, again, in my brain, this seems like, again, the margin call model, if someone were to be over leveraged in a bad position where they can't cover, then this would kind of kick in, right? A backtesting deficiency occurs when NSCC determines that the projected liquidation losses to the NSCC are arising in the event of a member default would be greater than the member's fund required deposit, right? So if it's more than, okay, so let me see. Right, so it seems like a backtesting deficiency occurs whenever, let me read through this again. So yeah, in the event of a member's default would be greater than the member's required fund deposit. Okay, so it seems like the $250,000. If it's going to be greater than that, and it's going to be like just a big loss, then it seems like they're going to just margin call them. And if anyone has like an opinion, if you feel like I'm not really explaining that correctly, then just let me know. But that's how it seems based on reading this. And it says, therefore, backtesting deficiencies highlight exposure that could subject NSCC to potential losses under normal market conditions in the event that a member defaults. So they don't want like a member to default and then they're stuck holding the bag, right? No one wants to be stuck holding the bag. The hedge funds don't want to. I mean, nobody does. Hedge funds, DTCC, NSCC, nobody wants to be stuck bag holding. And it's very interesting how they're continuing to kind of, double down on this. Let's see, the NSCC regularly reviews backtesting results. Did I already read this part? Okay, so based on its regular reviews, NSCC states that it found members with required fund deposits below $250,000 disproportionately experienced repeat backtesting deficiencies because should the members' settlement activity abruptly increase, the additional exposure to NSCC would not be mitigated until the collection of the required fund deposit either intraday or on the next business day. NSCC states it also has found that its current minimum target margin requirement of, it was $10,000, is disproportionately lower to the minimum margin requirements of other CCPs that clear similar securities products. All right, therefore, they're doing this. And let's see, impact study results. Oh boy. Okay, here we get some crazy stuff that I can't do right now. But I think this is extremely interesting stuff. Extremely interesting. So one thing I did want, this does have me thinking about, and Alex did address it here, so thank you, Alex. Alex says, margin calls don't mean much to hedgies. They just put the cash up. And what's interesting, and again, maybe I'm slightly misunderstanding this, or maybe the verbiage, is tripping me up a little bit, but it almost seems like, I don't know what is included in their backtesting model. And what I mean by this is, let's say their backtesting model does not include them like putting up more cash and this and that. Let's just say that their backtesting model, I don't know if it takes into consideration, like if it can look at their bank account and say, look, like they're free cash available to like just trade or whatever. I don't know if it looks into that and says, okay, well, they have, $1 trillion and this is never going to execute, blah, blah, blah. Or if it says, look, if you don't have enough money, like in our system or whatever, to pass these tests, then we're going to margin call you. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how big you are. We're just going to margin call that stock. And don't make us chase you. You need to be ready, because you're a big institution. You're not a retail trader. You're a big institution. You have a lot of money, and you need to be ready to go at all times. And so if you don't have the funds in our account, you're done for. And I wonder if that's how it is for this, because it really didn't say anything like, and just the way it says, like, just the verbiage in here, it makes it seem like they may not have a chance to add to their position, like put the money in like a regular retail trader, like I would, right? I've been margin called before, and I just put a few bucks in, or $100 or whatever it was, and I'm good. Like, I'm good to go. I can trade a little longer. Hopefully the stock goes in my direction now. And that's how it worked for me. But I wonder if it's a little more strict in here for some reason. I mean, I'm really not sure about that, but I do think it's extremely interesting stuff. Yeah, Alex says, you're right. This isn't about margin calls. This is about their total ability to cover without default. This is a safety protect against defaulting members. It's not like a maintenance thing. Okay, yeah. So maybe it is a little bit different than this stuff. Yo, what's up, Damon? Yeah, maybe it is just a little bit different from total margin calls, but it is pretty interesting. I'm curious about this, and I'm wondering why, I wonder if it's a pool of money, and if someone defaults, that money goes to cover, like, everyone's $250,000 goes to cover, like, everyone, or if they would just seize that individual member, like revoke their membership or whatever, member default, and then they go through their processes that we've already seen them kind of working on. There's a bunch of different things going on here. Core NSCC 10 and this thing saga already. What am I looking at? This is 11. Where's 10? Establish security. Oh gosh, I don't know if 10 is the one. Clearing service, make other changes. I'm not sure if 10 is the one. I do think this one is interesting here that we're reading. 5 NSCC 005. But who knows? We all thought it was going to be all the different ones. I don't want to give any kind of false hope, but either way, like, I'm gonna hold. I've been holding this long. It doesn't cost me anything to hold, right? I'm good to go. So yeah, we'll just see what happens. Alex says they're doing so much work. I appreciate Gary Gensler. He's a smart dude. Yeah, Alex, honestly, I know a lot of people are kind of ragging on him, especially with the post. We see him anytime he tweets anything. I feel so bad for him because he can't tweet anything. Like, all the apes hop all over him. And I appreciate, hey, what's up, Diamond? All the apes freaking hop on top of him and say, look, like, here's what's going on. Here's what's going on. I think honestly, I personally feel like he already knows what's going on. I'm sure some disgruntled employee or somebody who wanted to make a whole lot of freaking money. We did the math. I think on average of all the whistleblowers and all the funds that they've given out, I think it's about $5 million per whistleblower on average, right? So some people get more, some people get less, but it seems like on average, that's how much money they give away. And I would not be surprised in the least bit if somebody who just went and whistleblowed, and they can't talk about it yet, right? They whistleblew, we can't talk about it yet. And when I say we, I mean like Gary Gensler, whoever he's partnered with, like, that whole SEC, I mean, but they are not allowed to talk about like an active open investigation. They have to wait for it to finish. So once that is good to go, then I think we'll, I think something's in the works is what I'm saying. I think something's in the works. We're going to have to see when it happens. Okay, so that's what we're talking about here. I did say that we are going to talk about some tech stocks. If you have a tech stock that you're going to take a look at, just put one tech stock in. We'll take a look, and then we'll go around. We'll take a look at a few, and we'll go from there. We didn't look at the tops for the days. I'll take a look at this really quick while I get some stuff in here. Let's see the tops for the day. If anyone I recognize, Exxon, man, up 45%. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna take a look at this one. Open Door. Oh, very interesting. Fathom Holdings. Is this Fathom Events? GoodRx. GoodRx is legit. If anyone hasn't used it, this is a free plug for them. GoodRx is very, very cool. It's like you get like what do you get? Prescriptions and stuff. You get it on super discount. It's crazy how cheap these things are. It's like coupons and stuff. I was gonna look at Exxon really quick. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, this stock is, what the heck is going on here? Top losers. Okay, let's look at the top losers. Ooh, Wish is on here. Funware, SoFi. Ooh, SoFi. Oops. Checked. Does anyone remember that company that we were looking at for the wireless charging? What was that company? What company? There was a company that we had with wire. Let me see if it's in my watch list somewhere. I don't know who any of these stocks are. And why are they in my watch list? This stock completely tanked. What is this one? Oh, okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, WH. Oh my gosh, my mic. All right, WAT. Watt. Oh, it is on here. Okay, it is on here. Okay, let's see what's going on with these guys. This is something I've been watching, or obviously not really watching, but I've been very curious about it because I feel like this one is pretty dang legit. Okay, here we go. 7:30. So it says, let's look it up over here. Energis, yes. Okay, here we go. Let's see news, or let's do Energis news. Press releases, and we'll go to the actual website. Okay, let's take a look at a few things going on. So Energis receives FCC certification for new groundbreaking over-the-air power at a distance charging. Okay, how old is this? April of 2020. Okay, so it's a little older, but certification for new ground. This is pretty cool, actually. You know, and these are things that, you know, we don't really think about, you know, like certifications, approval, blah, blah, blah. And remember, like, you know, waves going through the air is pretty scary. You know, who knows if they are, who knows? Like, people are so scared about waves, like if they're dangerous, if there's this, that, who knows what the heck can happen with the waves in the air. But, you know, hopefully this is a good thing that helps out. Any other press releases here? June, July, August. Oh, July, man, they have a lot of stuff in July. How often are they doing posts? My goodness. Ooh, active energy harvesting developer kit. Whoa. Oh gosh, this is so much to read. I was hoping it would be a quick at a glance thing, but I think that is very interesting. We're on the press releases, wireless charging. And here it is. For those of you who don't know which one this one's extremely interesting. So essentially it would charge your devices from a distance. So these are charging from this distance. This is charging from this distance. This is the, again, I swear that's a freaking Alexa that they're just pretending is for this. I freaking, there's no way. Not this one. The other one definitely looks like an Alexa. But yeah, so this is what the product is essentially. It seems too good to be true. I mean, who knows how good it's going to be, if it actually works, if it doesn't work. But if this thing works, I mean, this stock, I mean, I can't wait to continue watching this stock. I really hope it works. I don't know of anyone else doing this. I don't know if these guys are truly, you know, groundbreaking, the only ones. I actually reached out to them. I sent them an email literally months ago. They never reached back out. So there's that. You know, man, that mailing list, I might actually join the mailing list because that could probably be something very good to be on top of. And, you know, if it works out, fantastic. If it doesn't work out, well, it is what it is. But either way, those are kind of things that can really change the world. Because remember, they don't actually have to do it themselves. All they have to do is they have to, let's say they get it and they get bought out by, you know, Apple, or they get bought out by some, Android, right? Something like that. This way they have exclusive rights to their wireless charging, and they're the only ones that have it. This is something like Apple would get, right? If it works very well, Apple would, get it, probably improve upon it, and just make it perfect. And this is something I could definitely see, somebody like Apple or somebody huge buying, even Google, right, buying it, and just figuring out how to make a whole bunch of money with this. So I think it's pretty cool. Oh, okay. So Matt Kramer says Wave is the front runner in wireless charging and maybe partnering with Tesla. They're owned by IDEX. Oh, Wave's wireless charging. Okay. No limit, no range. Extended commercial EV range with Wave high power and wireless charging. Oh, wait a second. Oh, so you charge it like that? Yeah, how fast can it charge? How long are you going to be sitting there? Interesting concept, but I don't know if that is actually going to work the way people think it's going to work, because you're going to be parked there. This is the most stock image I've ever seen from Shutterstock. And I know because I use Shutterstock all the time and I always see this image. Our deployments. Ooh, Texas. McAllen. Okay. Ideanomics. IDEX, right. Okay. How's IDEX looking? Oh boy. 1 year? Interesting. More so the benefit when autonomous driving comes in. Okay, yeah. I think they're kind of two separate markets. I think this one's this one's very interesting. I don't know if they're actually, because it seems like more commercial end, and commercial. First of all, commercial is a fantastic industry to be in. That's a lot of money there, but at the same time, I think they're very different kind of markets, which is great. I like both of these. I worry a little bit about this. First of all, I worry if this is even possible at all. And the implications of it, and who knows, there's so many different factors that make this extremely risky. This doesn't even seem like proof of concept. It seems like more of pipe dream type stuff, is what I will say. And then if we look over here, this stuff is, very, very cool, very interesting. But at the same time, like, what's the difference of, because if you drive through this for 2 seconds, it's not really going to charge you, right? It's like, it's whatever it is. But let's say you are parked, then what's the difference between, being plugged in and not being plugged in? You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. And then Mike says, what if you line the road with them? Well, yeah, that's a whole nother thing though, right? I mean, you're gonna have to, I see what you're saying, but by the time I don't think, even if you, let's say, for example, let's say you had your phone, right? Let's say you have an iPhone or something, a wireless charging pad. Let's say you put it on, take it off, put it on, took it off, put it on, took it off. Like, would it ever actually charge? Like, I don't think it will, right? They do already have many pads, proven fast charging, and I think there's two different sides of this, right? Let's say you have a bus, right? Let's say in San Antonio here, it's called the Via bus, okay? Let's say you have a bus. Okay, and it's a city bus just stopping at every single stop. And let's say they stop for, I don't know, 30 seconds, right? But at every single stop, there's one of these pads and you're charging. Now, if you're stopping at every single pad, then maybe, for 30 seconds or a minute or whatever it might be, then you know what? that could keep you probably sustained, right? You could probably continue to go at night, charge it up, and this way, and you know, maybe it'll last you a whole day, but at night you'll still have to charge because it's not going to charge you that fast. I think that could be great, right? I think that kind of concept, that kind of idea could be fantastic as long as it continues to work, but it is a little, I am pretty skeptical about how fast it can charge it, especially something so big. There's so many different questions I have. I don't know if heat is still a factor in these kind of charging things. I don't have batteries and stuff, and whenever you charge a battery, any kind of rechargeable battery, like for my drill or my anything, then it gets really hot, right? And I don't know if any of that, if they're lithium ion still, if they're not, if they're done with lithium ion, and I'm out of the loop. Maybe when solid state batteries come, though, it'll be way better. It'll be so much better. But again, that's a whole nother thing. And if you're into solid state batteries, then I personally really like QuantumScape. I think QuantumScape has so much potential. I really like this stock ever since the launch. I did miss the IPO, which I'm sad about, but it looks like I can hop back in basically IPO prices because I really like this stock a lot. But right now, I obviously do not have a position, although this is one of those stocks I will 100% be taking a position in after a possible MOAS is what I'll say. I don't know what I'm allowed to say legally, so I'll just say that. Dang, those are some crazy Ortex numbers, Diamond. So Diamond pulled up, oh gosh, Watt, WATT in Ortex, and in Ortex it looks like it's heavily shorted. Right. Oh, wait. Where's the 90%? Watt volume. Short interest 11.59. Utilization 94. And yeah, I mean, this is crazy, right? I wonder what their actual free float is. Let's look at Watt over here. Do I already have that pulled up? Follow this one also. So looking at this one here, let's look at their free float because I'm curious what their free float is. 61. Yeah, so I mean, right on par, right? Right on par with all of our other stocks that we're kind of watching. I try to see this as a percentage, and for AMC it's like 20% about, and for this one it's not quite 20%. It's, you know, we'll do some easy math really quick. We'll do 11 divided by 60, so it's about, oh yeah, just under 20%. So I'll take that. Shares on loan is just about 20% of the stock, so honestly right on par with everything else. And again, I feel like a lot of these stocks, when and if they get margin called, my gosh, I feel like there's going to be so many stocks we've never heard of, stocks we've never seen, that are just heavily shorted, and they're just going to be running, honestly. Caleb talked about QuantumScape. Yep, I do really like QuantumScape. QuantumScape, for those of you who don't know, they're working on solid state batteries, right? QuantumScape. Oh, I think it's one word. And take a look here, and oh my gosh, I love this company so freaking much, just because of the possibilities, where they can send it to, what they can do. Battery showcase presentation. I don't know if I want a whole presentation. I would like about technology, maybe. Here we go. What are the benefits? So relative to a conventional, okay, let's see. Okay, it says potential to increase the cell energy density. Not sure 100% what that means. Reduce charge time, prolong life, improve safety, and lower cost, right? I mean, here's the deal. It sounds too good to be true, but it's never been done before, right? And just to be crystal clear, from my understanding of this, this has never been done before. These solid state batteries, people have tried and people have failed. More people, everybody's failed. No one has actually succeeded in making these yet. However, their CEO is extremely confident that they'll be able to do it. Obviously, why else would he be the CEO? Why would he be in the company? All these different things. But the CEO seems extremely confident he'll be able to do it. And personally, just like with modern advances in technology. Like, he may actually be like, well, his team, they might actually be able to create something like this. And if they can do something like this, then it is huge. Like, there's so many benefits, right? And so let's see, like, and this is why I like it. One of the main reasons I like it is for electric vehicles. Right now, a lot of electric vehicles are going crazy, right? And we can see here, what is the potential for QuantumScape battery technology to increase the range of electric vehicles? The higher energy density of QuantumScape solid state batteries at our target of 100, I don't know what this is, watts per hour. What is this? Oh, just energy density? I mean, there's not a good... Energy density. All right, we'll take it. Energy density would translate to more range in electric vehicles, potentially 50 to 80% improvement versus today's leading electric vehicles, depending on the vehicle design. Thus, for example, a vehicle that gets 200 miles of range could get between 300 and 400 miles of, you know, I mean, imagine, that's insane. That is a huge increase for these stocks, huge increase for these batteries, for the distance, the range on top of that. And I wonder if this is a little more conservative from the 50% mark, because the batteries, remember, from my understanding, these are smaller, lighter. There are so many just benefits to these kinds of batteries that it's super crazy. I'm a huge, like I said, I've been watching this company for a very, very, very long time, and it is one that I'm pretty passionate about. Talk about car accident and stuff, like what would happen, because remember, lithium ion batteries, those are the ones that were exploding on the planes and stuff. And for some time there, you couldn't take, like, your Samsung, if you had a Samsung Galaxy S, whatever it was, S9, S8 at the time, you weren't allowed to bring it on the dang plane because it was a safety hazard. It's crazy. Because those lithium ion batteries. Okay, I'm going to look at one more stock. Who else? Let me see if someone had a stock up here. One more. Snow? Mike said snow? Oh no, it's got to be something else. He's talking to somebody else. Is this a stock? Snowflake? Oh, maybe it is a stock. Mike, you still here? You want this one? Mm-hmm. Oh, Lee. Okay, Lee, we'll check that one for you. Not. Oh, no. All right. Mike's out. All right. In that case... Oh, you guys thought I was going to fall for it? I appreciate it. I was wondering, oh, and the snow. Okay, yeah, let's talk about that really quick, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. That's a great point, right? That's an absolutely great point that people don't think about snow. That's a great point. Well, what's sad is I was going to look at that other snow stock for you, my friend. But you know what? Like, that's a great point, and those are things that people don't think about too often, right? Like, how basic is that? I didn't even think of it. And I wonder if the heat from this would prevent snow from getting on it. What is it like if it gets damaged? What if there was, I don't know, meteorite hit it? Would it explode? You know what I mean? Like, I have so many different questions about this stuff. But, you know, I'm sure hopefully that stuff has been thought of and it's good to go. You know, and something that I didn't think about until I read this FAQ was what happens in the event of an accident, right? Accidents happen. And so, you know, what if they're driving one of these buses, someone hits it, and the bus just catches catastrophic fire or something crazy, right? Like that could be huge, because we see down here where they go, we can see right here, right? They have the charging pad right here, and they have the secondary power electronics. I guess this is the just other half of making this run. So I don't know. A lot of different questions here. Is this actually currently running? Power delivered, diesel fuel saved, CO2 saved. This is pretty interesting. Actually, we'll talk about one more energy thing and then I'll go. They are... It's called a smart road. Smart road sensors. There's a company where they create cool little, it's almost like tiles of road, and it's the coolest thing ever. Road blocks. Nope. Smart road street. I don't know what it's called. How do you spell asphalt? Asphalt. No, I can't find it. I don't know what it's called. We'll check right now, Mo. I'll have to find that one. I'll show you guys another time then. I can't remember what it's called. Whirly Ball. I played Whirly Ball in Orlando, actually. It was so much fun. I think I played Whirly Ball. It's the one where you're on the little go-karts or whatever. Thank you, Angelina. Don't look at my spelling. All right, let's see what AMC closed at, and we'll go ahead and call it there, all right? AMC did close the day over here at $32.96, down 0.33% on the day. Nothing too crazy. So it is what it is, but you know what? That's all right. I think there's so much stuff coming up, especially with these other filings and stuff. I'm really looking forward to what's going on, and hopefully that some of this, you know, Gary Gensler, everyone leads to some kind of change, and that's what I'm looking forward to, okay? But I'm going to go and leave it there, guys. It was so much freaking fun. I did really like looking at these tech stocks. I really did. It's such a nice change of pace. We could talk about some things. I'd love to just kind of get away from that. So, you know, I appreciate you guys as usual. We'll have more days where we're talking about other stocks. But I will catch you guys later, all right? Have a great... Oh, one more thing. I will not be on tomorrow. I'm freaking leaving out of town. I'm leaving out of town, and I will not be able to be streaming tomorrow. I apologize, but I really don't use MACD too much. You know, right now, right now I'm sticking. I'm really liking the RSI with volume indicators, as well as, you know, even the EMA and 200 EMA. I don't use too much. I guess I haven't picked a stock in a while, but I do like looking at my indicators that I have currently. MACD is one I may have to like adopt. I know a lot of people really like it, but I get a new recommendation all the freaking time. It never ends. So we'll have to pick a good one. All right. I'm not eloping. I'm not eloping. But yeah, so that's that. But all right, guys, I will catch you guys later. You guys have a fan-freaking-tastic weekend. Peace.